Hi, Cynthia from MB Pretty Papers up with you today. This is the inspiration piece that I used, and from this inspiration piece I pulled the filling of the woods, and I've used this photo that has some trees and some grass and some greenery in it, and I also pulled the colour scheme. So to me there was in the colour scheme there was some greens and some blues, and sort of, as I said, it sort of had a bit of a foresty feel to it, a natural earthy feel. So I've pulled out some papers that I think will go along with that as well. So you saw me go through the paper pad, and this is the same one here, and I pulled out that wood board background, I guess that's what you call it, and now I'm going back through the same paper pad to see what else I can use. I pull out this piece that's meant to look like cardboard, torn cardboard I guess it's meant to be, and I initially think that I'm going to back the photo with this piece, and I'm trying to get a ripped edge look, but you'll see in a moment right there that I switch it out and end up using that full piece. I quite like the way that looks. Going back through once again to see what else. I feel like I just need one more mat behind the photo, so I'm seeing what I can use, and I quite like this piece here. Once again, it still has that green and blue tones to it, and also has a very earthy wood feel to it. Deciding exactly how I want that to be mounted behind the photo. I wanted the wood grain to run horizontal. Yep, horizontal. So it wasn't quite wide enough to be able to back the whole photo on it. And I think you can see there that I actually have the bit hanging over the right hand side, but I'm pretty sure when I go to glue it down I somehow swap that out, and it's extra pieces hanging off the right. Is that what I said? Can't remember. I'm confused. Anyway, there it is there. Mount it now, and all the papers are glued down. So starting to like the way this is looking, and just seeing what else I can do. I go back to this wood grain here and decide that I'll put a small strip down the side, and I quite like the way that looks. Going to bring in the craft as well to put on that side and have a double strip there. Try and get a thinner one, but I do go back to the thicker one, and I actually tear the edge a little bit. You'll see me doing that now, just so it has the same effect of what's on the right hand side. The torn edge of this craft paper kind of reminds me of waves, the crest of a wave breaking. When I was laying the photo on top of the paper, that's what I was thinking. I really like that strip down there. I think it brings it all together, and I'd actually cut a very fine strip. I cut it a little bit thinner than that, I think, and put a little strip down that edge as well. So the photo that I'm scrapping today is a photo of a little bay that we've recently found. Generally we stay in a bay just around the head a little bit from where this one is, but when we got there on this particular day, I think there was just lots of boats in the bay where we normally stay, so we thought, well, we'll just keep on going and see what's around the corner, and we come to this little spot, and it's just perfect. It's now my favourite little bay. So there's nice little tiny little bit of sandy beach. All this under the sea is all sand, so it's perfect swimming. We did a lot of snorkeling, and then there's all these rocks around the the coast as well, where you can go exploring. And then just up off the beach is this beautiful grassy little flat place where there's a barbecue, not a barbecue, a campfire's been built, and there's some wooden logs laying around to be able to sit around, and it's just really, really nice place. The map doesn't show it that has a name, so we named it Bent Tree Bay, as up on the hill is a tree that is quite bendy. So it is hereforth named Bent Tree Bay. And that's pretty much what this page is going to be about, just us finding that bay and how we enjoy going there now. So while I've been yabbling on, you saw I pulled out the die cut machine, my Big Shot, and I've cut out this die, which is a compass, so it has the directions on it, and I've cut it in half, and I'm going to put half down the bottom and half up the top. I did it in a blue, dark blue paper, but deciding the one down the bottom just doesn't look that quite right on the wood grain. So I've gone back into my stash and pulled out a green piece of paper, and I've cut one out from the green as well. And I will use half a one down the bottom, half a green one down the bottom, and half a blue one up the top. And later towards the end of the layout, I actually go in and cut another one out. You'll see that as it goes towards the end. Went into my stash and have pulled out some bits and pieces I think might go with this layout. I've pulled out these, I don't know, labels or tags, and I really like the sayings on it. Let's be adventurous, and I can't remember what they all say, but always choose an adventure and live, love, laugh, or whatever they say. And I think they really go well with the photo and the story I'm trying to tell, but I do think they're probably a little bit, they blend in a little bit much on the background paper, but I decided to go with them because I think, as I said, what they say just really goes well with the layout. Have this little today flare badge, and I'm going to use that and stick that right there. And I've also pulled out some buttons and now some brads, and I thought I would try to use some of those as well. And I actually managed to get 2 brads on the page. Very rarely do I pull these out these days, but managed to use 2 up today, so I was happy with that. So I cut away, and I didn't make you watch me stick everything down, as I do use double-sided tape, so it takes a little bit longer to stick it all down. And then I remembered that I had some washi tape that I recently purchased that I thought I better use because I never use washi tape. But this one was all sea themed, and considering we're always out on our boat, I thought, just have to have it. Now I'm making myself use it. So I go through the container and have a look at all the options and see which ones I can use. I think about using that orange one there for a little while because the writing on that card to the right of the photo has a bit of orange writing, but I don't use it. In fact, I think towards the end I managed to cover up that writing. Initially thought I would use that card to do my journaling, but as I got towards doing my journaling, I realised I had a lot to say about this photo, so I knew it wasn't going to fit on that journaling card. So I'll come up with another plan. So I've just pulled out this really thin washi that come in the bundle there, and I'm going to put a couple of strips of that down. How has everyone been? You all been well? All managed to get some scrapping done, or some art journaling or painting or whatever it is that you are into doing. I've managed to do quite a bit of late, so I've got a new schedule where I'm hoping to post 3 layouts a week on my own channel, so that's keeping me quite busy. Hopefully I can keep that going for the rest of the year. But considering today is the 2nd of January, we've got a long way to go. We'll see how we go. So I've done all my journaling down the right hand side, you can see that there, and now I've gone through the wood veneer and decided to pull out a couple of bits to see what I can put on the page. And I have that empty space up the top of the layout. That's where I end up cutting another one of the compasses and putting one up there as well to fill in a little bit of the space. And after I do take all the photos, so I finish up and take all the photos, I actually add just a tiny little nearly like a clear sticker just above the writing that says something like one big happy family or something like that. I don't have the layout in front of me to remember exactly what I said, and it fills in that gap, that little awkward gap, quite nicely. There we go, this is where there we go, I've cut that one out, a little bit of lighter colour. I felt the other 2 colours didn't quite work, and I cut that in half and I put that one up there, and I think I pretty much call this layout done. So thank you very much for sticking with me this far. Please give the video a thumbs up, jump onto the Crafty Maven Getaway channel and make sure you subscribe to catch all the new videos that the girls put out, 1 a day. Until next time, I will catch you then. Stay tuned for some close-up photos. Catch you next time. Bye.